it's like to walk alone. I saw a star fall on a man.
Human behavior is a literal study in itself. There have been countless philosophical discussions and scientific observations on just how human behavior takes place. Although Mandela effect followers have been surprised and shocked by the reality shifts that we've visually seen, it has become clear that one of the most disconcerting and untalked about parts of the effect for most people is the unusual reactions they receive from other people. Reactions range from instant changes in topic to making an odd joke or simply staring off into space. Sometimes people will begin treating you differently. YouTuber Rigo Bonner shows first-hand experience via hidden cameras.
But there actually is no verse about the lion and the lamb. Did you know that? Never was, right?
So what is it?
Apparently it's the wolf and the lamb.
Interesting. There's a couple animals that are of
Snakes,
questionable translation, I think.
snakes and wolves and stuff. So this is all just a memory. It's a memory thing for my YouTube channel. I'll ask you two more questions. You ever watch Star Wars? Big Star Wars fan?
I have watched Star Wars.
What's the famous line Darth Vader says to Luke?
I'm going to assume, Luke, I am your father? You said two more questions.
Yeah. Okay. One more.
One more, okay. I got it.
Okay. Jiffy peanut butter. Recognize that?
Yeah.
How you spell that?
Jify?
Remember Jiffy peanut butter, right?
As far as, yeah.
How do you spell it?
Skippy guy, though.
Skippy? How do you spell it? Jiffy.
Oh, wasn't it Jif peanut butter? I don't know. But I'm now thinking now, because it's Skippy.
Well, Joel's the one who came to me and told me he saw this show. Never heard of it before. Texas Ranger. All about Trump building the wall. 4 seasons starting in 1957. I'd never heard of it before. He brought this to me like 3 weeks before I put it online. 2 or 3 weeks. Couldn't find anything about that show. Looked it up. I found one place where I could order the movie or order the TV show. And I thought maybe I'll do that sometime and see if it really is that way. I didn't need to, because by the time I posted my thing, there was so much stuff. All of a sudden, like, history just rewrote itself. History just popped up, all kinds of stuff about this show. But still, when I ask people, like a lot of old timers, I'll say, hey, you ever heard of this show called Trackdown? Nope, never heard of it. And I said, well, it ran for 4 seasons. Said, couldn't have. I've watched every Western show ever. And yet they, say they never heard of it. Now, I'm sure there are people now that are going to start appearing that say, oh yeah, I used to watch it all the time, because that's just how these reality shifts work, is people just start popping up who, they've always known Berenstain as Berenstain, that kind of thing.
It makes sense that there are people who wouldn't be able to handle the shock of such an experience, and those that would simply claim you're crazy. But the most perplexing aspect of this is the lack of response. There's usually no anger, no mock, no shock, just vague topic changes, reference to their suddenly bad memories and unequal emotion to such an incredible subject. Example, well, there's nothing I can do. Subject change. Another incredibly perplexing aspect of this is the conversation does not have to directly mention the effect, as we've recently seen in the tweets of Panic at the Disco's lead singer. Upon being asked what the correct lyrics were to his song, I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, the frontman comes back with, I can't say, that's some Berenstain's bullshit. In following tweets, he quickly recoils, saying that he has sang it both ways, and he's not able to give a correct answer to his own song lyrics. This has been spotted in the Life is a Box of Chocolates quote as well, with claims that the writers have written it both ways. Pretty impressive writing, and it seems to work like a quantum computer, providing all answers at one time. The phenomenon of people's odd behaviors has become so large-scale in nature that those of us who have legitimately experienced the effect are finding it hard to relate to friends and family as they used to. Many are leaning towards online support groups and message boards to find support through an event that can be quite maddening in nature. For many of us, current affairs and politics have become less important when confronted with the reality that your reality doesn't work the way that you thought it did. That's everything I have for tonight. If you've been suffering from the dissonance of the effect on your own, then don't worry, you're not wrong, and you're not alone.